Hello class. In last video, I demonstrated the workflow of modeling and texturing the flag, and we replaced the texture, so we created multiple flags with different textures. So in this video, we'll talk about how to create detailed textures for the flag. So here, as you can see, I created this torn antique US flag. Okay, and also it got wet, it gets spilled some water on it, so the water part, it reflects the lights. And also we can see the cloth, the bump, the cloth texture on it. And this part is torn texture, and you can see this part is transparent, right? However, the model is still there. So here's where the imagination, the inspiration came from, from this movie. And I found this image, which is a U.S. flag in 1795. Okay, so definitely, if you have a collection of the flag from that time, it is antique and it's old. It may not be colorful like this. There will have some dirt on the flag. Okay, so let's see how we can create it. So first, let's switch to, let me hide this panel. Let's switch to the Photoshop, and we'll create the diffuse map at first. So let's see, I got this texture image, so I'll bring it here, and I'll place it inside of the UV. Okay, so make sure you fill this whole area, and you can hold down Shift K to change its X and Y value. Alright, so this will be the base shape. Okay, so I found this image, okay, on the internet, the torn cloth, and we'll use it to mask out the torn area. Okay, so I'll drop this image in Photoshop, so I'll bring it to a separate window, and here I will hit Command M for curve. So if you're on Windows, use Control M, or you can just go to Image and Adjustment. Where is it? Okay, here, curves. Okay, so we'll bring the light color value on this side and black value to this side, and we'll go all the way to the left until we get a point that it only have white color and black color. So basically we'll use that as a mask. So confirm the change, and then hit Command U for hue saturation, and we'll desaturate. Okay, so this will be a good start. And then we can drop this image in our conversation, so I can close it. Alright, and hit Command T for free transformation, or you can just go to Edit and here, free transformation. Rotate, and then hold down Shift K so you can rotate in 45 degree or 90 degree. Okay, and hit the return key once you've done. So I'll place it here. Maybe I'll make it bigger. Okay, something like that. Alright. So make sure it's in the frame. So you can lower down its opacity so you can see it better. Right, so it's in the wireframe. Okay, so that's the first one. And then since we have to cover this whole area, so I'll just make a duplication, select the layer, hold down Option key and just move it, and then you will make a duplication. And then we can place it, so we'll go to Edit first, and we'll go to Transform, and all the way down you'll see Flip Vertical. So we'll flip it, right? And then we'll see how much we want to use. So we'll place it here. So this is the boundary of the UV, and then we can use a laser tool, hit U key, L for laser tool, and then we can select this area and delete. See? So basically we connect these two together, and then we can hit EK for eraser, and then scale it down. So I'll get rid of this area and connect it. Alright, and then we can, use the lasso tool again, or you can just click on here and select this whole area that has a gap. Oops. And I'll grab this whole area and fill this area. Alright, so select this whole area and create a new layer, and hit GK for bucket tool and X key to switch the color here, and I'll fill a white color. Okay, so that will be the mask for our flag. Okay, so if you also want some gaps at here, you can also do that. So for example, I can just duplicate this layer, hold down Option key and duplicate, and I can place it here, and I can bring it on the top. Okay, and for this map, I can use a lasso tool again, and I can just grab this area, maybe here and here and here. Alright, and then hold down Command Shift I for inverse selection, or Command Z, go back, or you can just go to select and inverse. So you'll inverse your selection, and then you can delete the area that that is out of the selection. And here you can scale it down and rotate it so it's not repeat, right? Maybe like this, and hold on Shift key so you can stretch it. Okay, and maybe I'll just drop this area somewhere else, put it here, so you'll not feel it's a repeat. And hold on Option key and make a duplication, and place it somewhere else, and then hit EK for eraser tool, and we can get rid of something in here. Alright, so these are the maps we have used. So select all of these 4 layers and hit Command E, merge them together. And as you can see, we have lost this area, so I'll use a laser tool again and select this area, and then add a new layer and GK for bucket and X key for switch the colors, and then fill black color and merge this area. So this will be our new map. Okay, this I'll call it mask. And for this flag, we'll also right click and rasterize the layer. Alright, so now we'll select these two and hit Command G to put it in a group, and we'll name it as a diffuse. Okay, so label this layer as a red color. So this is what we created together, right? And then for this layer, I'll hide the UV temporarily, and then I'll go to tool menu, select and color range, and then you can just grab the white color. So you'll select everything in white color here and click on OK. Alright, and then you can hide this layer. Now we've done with it, and select this whole group and click on this icon for a mask. Right, so now it'll mask out the black color area. So this will be our diffuse map. However, we have we said this is a antique flag, so it might be old. So what I'll do is, here I will go to, let's see, we'll drop a dirt texture onto it. So bring dirt texture, place it here, and make it bigger, cover the whole thing. Okay, and we'll take a look at the blending mode. Let's see, maybe multiply. Okay, multiply looks good. One is not enough, so here I'll apply another one. So maybe give it a another dirt texture. Okay, place it down here around this area, and then I can play with the blending mode. Maybe linear burn looks good. Alright, so I'll right click and rasterize the layer, and as you can see, for this layer, this dirt, it has a sharp boundary at here. So I'll hit EK for eraser tool and get rid of this area. Here as well. Here. Alright, and then hold on Option key and move it to make a duplication. And for this duplicated layer, we'll go to Edit, Transform, and Flip Vertical. So we can just flip it, and nobody will notice where I just repeatedly use the same image. And we'll get rid of this area and get rid of the boundary right here. Alright, and then if you feel it's too intense, see, we can merge them together first. Merge them together, and we have to try the blending mode again. So if you feel it's more intense, you can just lower down the opacity. So for example, I use about 50%. Okay, so this will add some dirt onto it. Alright, and also I want to spill some color, some water on the flag, and later on I'm going to create reflection map. Okay, so here we'll go to, let's see, wet. Okay, so I'll use this map and take a look of this texture. Right, right now the contrast is very low, so I'll go to Command M, and we'll bring the bright color to this side, so we make this area brighter, and we'll lower down this area, so make this area darker. Right. Alright, click on OK, and then go to Image, and image rotation, and 90% clockwise. Alright, and then we can bring this image into our composition, and then Command T for free transform, and we can make it smaller. Okay, so we can frame it here. Alright, so we'll use this map for reflection for water. Okay, and hit Command D to make a duplication, or just drag this image to here, to the plus sign, so you will make a duplication. Alright, so let's hide this duplicate layer and bring this origin layer down in here. Alright, and then hit Command I to inverse the color, or you can just go to the tool menu, Image, and Adjustment, and here, Invert. So you'll invert the color. So we want the pure black color invert to white color, so that will be the reflection. Wait, that will be actually be the the water. So here let's go to different blending mode. Let's see, soft light, linear light, maybe soft light. Okay, looks good. So alright, so now we add water on our flag, and now let's work on our specularity map. So this will be our specularity map. Okay, and we can put it in a folder, and then we can hold down Option key, and then you can copy this mask. Hold down Option key and drag this mask and drop it onto that layer. So see, we are copying that mask. Alright, and then create a new layer. For this new layer, you'll select a entirely black color, and then drop the black color layer underneath it. Okay, so the white area, it will reflect light, and this area, it will reflect light, this area, and here, and the black color area, it will not reflect any light. So just let you know the difference. Alright, so here we'll rename the layer as a specularity. Okay, and then let's create the cloth texture for it. So here I will go to my folder and I'll use this texture cloth. Okay, I'll bring it in here, and let's see, we have one, and I'll hold down Option key and then hold down Shift key to bring it to the right. So as you can see, when we connect them together, we cannot see the seam, the boundary. So that's a sameness texture. So we'll uncheck the lock button, and then we'll select both of them and hold the Option key and bring them down to make a duplication. And we can just move them up to cover it. Alright, so now I'll select all these these four layers and right click and rasterize the layers, and then hit Command E for merge all of them together. And since I only need this area right now, it has more, so I'll just select the mask layer and hit W key for magic wand tool and click inside of this area, and then select this layer, and then you can go to tool menu, select, and inverse your select. Okay, and hit delete, so it'll delete the other areas. Alright, Command D for deselect, and we are ready to go for texturing our model. So this one I'll just name it a bump because this is not a normal map. Alright, and I'll tag it in red color. So now let's save our diffuse map. So Command Shift S for save as, and then we'll save as a PNG image, remember. So here I'll see flag diffuse, and it is a PNG image, and I'll save it. Okay, because we want the transparent part. And then for specular narrative image, the black area will not reflect any light, right? So we'll save it as a JPEG image. So here, save as a JPEG and flag specularity. Alright, and this image will save it as a flag bump. However, we'll not use it. Okay. So we'll only use it to generate a normal map, which I'll show you. So here we'll go to the crazy bump. Okay, and let's see. Here are the three texture maps we just exported, right? For specularity map and diffuse map, we'll use it on our final model, so I'll tag it as yellow color. However, for this one, we have to do some changes. So here in crazy bump, I'll click open photo from file, and let's select our bump map and open, and then it'll take a few seconds to analyze. Okay, once this is done, it'll give you two options to select, and I also select the left window, because this one is a push out, this is push in. I'll select this one, and as you know, here we can just preview the result. Okay, see, it looks good, so I'll just use this version. And for intensity, based on my experience, I always use between 20 to 30. So here I'll just put 30, okay, because 50 is too intense. And then down below here, click on save. So we'll save this normal map into our file, and here I'll just save it as a flag normal. Okay, so this will be our normal map. Okay, so here is it. So I'll tag it as a yellow color, and this will be our final map. And I'll put all these three maps into our source image folder, which we can find it in Maya. Alright, so now let's switch back to Maya, and I will hide the first flag and first pole. Okay, I'll hide it, and then here's the encloth version flag, right? It has an enclosed. So I'll go back to 0 frame and I can start to analyze it again. Hold on. It takes a few seconds to wake up. Right now my computer runs really slow. Okay, so go back to 0 and play. Okay, let me try it again. Let me close some apps. Let me save this one. And oops. Okay, and then I'll quit the crazy bump. And now let's see if it will perform better. Anyway, as you can see, my computer runs really slow. So I'll just use maybe I'll just hide this enclosed version of it. So I'll hide it, and I'll just use the first one as an example. Okay, this one. So here, we'll create a new material, and here we'll create a beneath material. And for this beneath material, let's rename it as a flag M. Here I'll just say flag 5 since I already have more materials. And for color, click on this checker box and go to file texture and image name. And this is a diffuse map we have created, right? It's a PNG image. Okay, so just click on open, and then let's select this flag and let's apply it. Right click and assign. And now you can see that this area it be transparent immediately here as well, and also the whole thing it reflect lights. Okay, that's not what I want. So that's where the specularity map will kick in. Okay, so I'll go down here. Let's see, flag, select a flag 5, our material. Okay, so go down below specular color and click on this checker box and file, and then under image name we'll get a specularity map. Here is it. So apply it, and then you'll see if I frame it in, the water only, the reflection only happen on the wet area, right? So this area, this dark area has water on it, and it reflects light, and this area doesn't. And also this area, this transparent area, the meshes, it doesn't reflect any light because we have masked it out. Okay, now let's bring our cloth texture. So I'll go back to this material and go to its bump mapping channel, right click and go to file, and here for use as we'll use a tangent space normal since we're using normal map. And here for the bump value, we'll get a normal map. Right click and apply. Here's it. So now we can see we'll not only have the reflection, we also have these bumps. Okay, and if you, let's say if I create a new light, point light, and I move this light up, and then check on the lighted mode, shadow, and also oh no, don't want this one. So now let's see how it looks with our light. So this is just a preview of how the lighting looks. So with the light, as you can see, the bumps already interact with my lighting, right? So here's the bumps, and also the reflection also interacts with my lights. See here the highlights, the interactions, the reflections. All right, so this is just a preview. If you render the flag, the quality will be much better than the preview. So that's the whole workflow of how to create a really kind of detailed texture for your model, for the flag.